to where those pink ribbons get screened, because early detection does save lives, and we want you to be very much alive so you can continue to watch us right here on GTV Breakfast. So it's Pinktober, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Go out there, get screened, and tell a friend to do same. Welcome to this segment, and we are going to be delving into other issues concerning improvement in Ghana's economy. So Ghana's agricultural future is being redefined beyond cocoa. From cashew to coconut, mango to shea, the country is nurturing a new generation of cash crops with the potential to transform livelihoods, diversify exports, and strengthen rural economies. At the heart of this effort, regulates, promote, and coordinates the production and marketing of these 6 key tree crops, as I've said, namely cashew, coconut, shea, mango, oil palm, and rubber. This morning, we are joined by Dr. Andrew Okra, Chief Executive Officer of the authority, to discuss how the TCDA is shaping Ghana's non-cocoa agricultural revolution, the gains made so far, and the challenges ahead in building a globally competitive tree crops sector. Doc, good morning to you.
Good morning,
and welcome to GTV Breakfast.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you. Now, for those who may not be familiar, talk us through the mandate of the Tree Crops Development Authority and what gap specifically it was created to fix within Ghana's agricultural crop chain.
Thank you very much. And then let me take this opportunity to thank GTV, and more especially to what it came to solve is, Ghana has been dependent on cocoa all these years of our lives, and then see how cocoa has benefited the nation on only cocoa, but we can also focus on cashew. Cashew is solid more than anything. Coconut is the new gold. As for oil, palm, President himself called it, that is the real red gold. Oil palm, look at it. And this is the land, we have all the climatic factors that favors these crops.
Okay.
So we needed to go into it. So that's how it came about. So we, as Tree Crop Development Authority, as an authority, set up to ensure that these realizations come true for Ghanaians.
What progress has been made so far? So the law is there, the office is up and running. On the grounds, what's the progress?
So far, I would say, I also have to say that it's a nascent organization. Set up barely almost 5 years ago. In fact, the concept go all the way back in 2012. But then in 2019, the act was passed. 2020, the authority was set up and licensed by TCDA. And what we have come to meet in terms of the volume, in terms of acreage of cashew, or the CCOMs, for better of simple expression, the CCOMs. Again, how do we increase the yield to make sure that Ghana take advantage of that? And I can assure you, if we are able to do that and invest rightly in that, per average, we think that if you are not able to do anything at all, the known ones, we can get almost $2 billion from each of them.
But all these crops, there are already farmers who work within these. When you talk about licenses, what does that mean for that rubber plantation owner in the Western region who is already in the business?
Yes. Now, let me state, I will mention one of them. One of the things, we have a project by ensuring that we have a sustainable production. We are investing into getting the real seedlings, early seedlings to do. So farmers, by registering them and knowing from the baseline to where we are going. So that's the reason why, how many traders are in there, we need to know them and register them and license. How many processors are in there, we need to do that. And so that is what we mean by an enforcement. And we need to do that. And so that is what we mean by an enforcement. And since we came, because these were not regulated, immediately some of the critical areas we have to come strongly with a directive to ensure that if you know you are, what is good is if you register and license by us, then we are much interested in getting their data and knowing their farm size, knowing their intentions and how we can support. So farmers don't really have any problem. In any case, all our registration is online and very easy if we are private sector people. So we also came in with that mentality that we will not delay issues. So we come in, we're trying to make sure that everything is electronic and you can get your business. As long as you have what it takes to register, you don't waste your time. Farmers, we approach them on their doorsteps and then we are good to go.
Okay. When you talk about not allowing export of raw materials, what kind of effort has gone into value addition?
Value addition is a strategic focus. And even as a nation, the president himself speaks about value addition and industrialization. We want to see whereby the products we have, not just cashew being processed with the cashew nut we are just eating, but even the cashew, the entire cashew apple is gone waste. We needed to add value. So one process that can be changing them to juice, to other alcoholic drinks and stuff like that. Take rubber, for instance, not just rubber as the latest being processed to TSR, but then what can we do? Like the rubbers you are seeing here, the beautiful balloons you are seeing here, the condoms and then the gloves, that is the value addition we are looking at. So we want to make sure almost all the products we have, a lot of them are exported at a raw level, but we are intentional about making sure value is added before it goes. So that is one strategic thing that we are focusing on, that we will make sure that if we're able to capture all the people we want to and help them, because part of the project, in the case of the project we are running, there's a component, matching component that is helping processors to be able to process more into end products that can be useful to Ghanaians. So that's what we are doing. So projects are tailored to do that. And that's the reason why we are also putting stringent measures in the industry so that we cannot just get up. Before we came in, a lot of people were doing that. But when we came in and brought in the directive, it has taken out people. You cannot just export now because you don't even have the lines, let alone you come and you get permit. Since we came in, we came and met when you take rubber, we met 5 exporters. Now, as we are speaking, we can only count for 1 exporter because if you don't have what it takes, you can't do that business. And that has really brought the issue down. And then before you ask for permit and we look at, no, per our regulations, we want to add value and want to have more for our processors. So we cannot give you all the things that you need. We need to reserve some for. So truly, we are tightening the system, making sure that we reserve a lot of our products here and processors can add value and we get to the end of the value addition that we expect as a nation.
How many farmers do you have data on that you've registered across the 6 that you've told us: cashew, oil palm, shea, mango, coconut, and rubber?
I will not be able to give you raw figure because some of the data, for instance, the project is now going to have more data on cashew, coconut, and rubber. We have not even started yet. But coconut, before we came, almost thousands were registered in terms of farmers. But in this project that we intend to, over 10,000 farmers needed to be registered and then help them with the raw material. So that is one. Share, for instance, we began registering farmers and actors in the north. We are yet to get, but it's going well. As we are saying, we have thousands of people as far as share is concerned, and then let them know about the existence of TCDA. And it will interest you to know that people who are not registered now are registered, and then people who are just exporting, Ghana losing without getting anything from TCDA. Now you have to have your permit before, and the permit before it's given to you, qualified to be given to you, you pay your fees, and you pay your fees into government chest. You don't pay any money.
It's also the capacity to add the value. And do we have it? We've seen other factories, the sugar factories, the cassava factories struggling with raw material. Do we have what it takes to keep what we retain and add value before we export? And how are we doing in that? I just want to have an idea of how much we are keeping here, how much we are sending away.
Yes, Thelma, yes. The law, section 50 of this LI, talked about setting up a percentage of the produce for the local market. So in determining that, together with the value chain actors, you determine that. So we came in at a time where there was no data of that sort. So quickly we have to do is just put a break and see what we can do and work towards that. So together with them, we are agreeing on what percentage that can be set as far as these crops are concerned. So in the Act, we have a component, the board have a subcommittee of the value chain. So each value chain, for instance, let's take cashew value chain. Then they meet and see, because of this, we need to set it up by coming out with 60% or 60-40. So they come out, as I'm speaking now, the value chain is at the office discussing, they send it to the board approves, so they are now working out the percentage, working step by step how to roll it out. There's a means, apart from deciding that it's 70% or 60% based on the values they have, there's a means that we are going to create a platform for all processors to buy. When it's season for them to get the products, you give room for the processors, those adding value, to buy all that they can and stock and get the 60% or 40% we are talking about and stock them before we even allow others to come in, and before we can now apply for even permit and see whether we'll give you or we will not give you. So that's what we are going. So I can assure you that by the time these value chains finishes, they will know. It's not going to be across board. Probably cashew will say 60-40, rubber will say 80-20, share will say 60-10 and stuff like that.
So all those conversations have not been finalized.
Are not finalized yet. All these things. We came in, remember, we came in February 18th. And then as we came in, it was new. We need to make sure that we get to every value chain, understand. Farmers have their issue, traders have their issue, exporters have their issue, and then processors have their issue.
What are the challenges? The
challenges, yes. Farmers want the price to be stabilized. They don't want to be cheated. They want their goods to be bought at the right price. And it's our mandate to set the price, have the farm gate price set together with all stakeholders and make sure. And since we came, that's one of the success too. We have set up prices with the body. So rubber has its own farm gate price, share has its own, and that's one of the beautiful things that in the area of share they are talking about, because now the farmers think that there's regulations and they are buying their goods properly. Now, traders also think that yes, they are buying it and they need it also to be protected. Exporters also think that they've bought it, they want to take it. Processors want the products to be here.
So it's like farmer empowerment and then value addition. So all those on the chain.
Yes, farmers too, processors too think that they can get all. I would be happy if processors can buy all in the law says at the same competitive price. You buy it from them and Ghana is good to go. So that is what we are working towards, because that's what the law says. So that farmers will be okay, traders will be okay, exporters will be okay, and processors will be okay. And that's what we are working towards that.
You mentioned earlier seedlings and some inputs that farmers are likely to get, including grants. Tell us a bit more about that, and if there are opportunities for training, because I'm hearing that you want to bring more young people into this tree crops.
Under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, we are providing free for the farmers. But what we are interested in the authority is the quality of the seedlings, because we believe that the variety will be good and then it can fruit on time and then we can get the results.
Financing, training.
Yes, and then there's a whole capacity building aspect of it. So we believe that it's not just this. We're building capacity as to how other agronomic practices that you need, fertilizer, things that you need, irrigation, things that can help you to do the pruning and stuff like that to make sure we increase yield are going to. So the young people that you brought in, we want to open their eyes that this is one area.
What are the opportunities?
Opportunities, what I'm saying. We have, as a nation, want to expand. If it's cashew, want to expand. If it's oil palm. So your duty is to look for land. If you don't have a land, very soon will come. We are doing land bank with authorities and see. So if you have, all that they have to do, if it's not an individual, they can come together and see, this is my hometown, or this is an area I can get this. Can you help us do this? Then we'll see what help we can also offer you. Some of these free things can be given to you, some of the free technical things. Under President Mahama's overarching agric agenda, that is agriculture for economic transformation, it's a whole package together with Feed Ghana program. A lot of things are in there. Our authority is to feed the industry. So authority is responsible for feed the industry, make sure that they get this raw material. And as you rightly indicated, we could see that there's imbalance. The capacity of processors and the production is low. So we are advocating for more people to come in. And that's where young people get to know, they should know this and take advantage of coming in and get the necessary assistance. We are dealing with some banks and institutions that can help. Government have other financial institutions that can help. And so they need to take advantage of that. We will later on come out and launch out a program called Legacy Project. That legacy project will make sure that every region has a legacy project that is going on, and it's tailored towards young people and then the women. So that, because the reason is, when you go to some of the areas, especially in the north, is the women who are more into that. And then you go to the farm, you see that our fathers, our old people are into that. We want to make it attractive. So young people, you finish first degree, don't rush looking for jobs here, and they know that you can go into agriculture in this case.
And what does that young person need to do as a first step? So they are listening to you, they are hearing that there are these 6 crops that are being given extra focus. They are young, they probably just come out of school. They reach out to you, and what should they expect?
Yes, so first of all, that's what I'm saying. First of all, once the mindset is created, that your mindset has been shifted, that I want to take advantage of this, then you come, then we direct you. What ours is giving you direction as to what you want to do and where you can do it, and depending on what you have, you walk in without anything. There are other hubs that support young people. We can direct you to them. And if it's ours that you want to take advantage, we'll look at the project and say, okay, now, can you provide seedlings? Because we are going to buy seedlings, millions of seedlings. Can you register as a seedling supplier and get a site or nursery somewhere? Assume you are able to provide 100 seedlings, and they even buy it at 10 cedis. It's better than looking for something. I'm just trying to let you know, seedling supply itself is another area young people can do that. It doesn't end there. It goes with transportation. After the end product, people are, even the seedling, how people will transport to farmers, it's transportation. So the value chain has a lot of things that we just will open your eyes to the whole thing. And depending on your interests and your skills and your abilities and your interests, then you can find yourself in this. That is what we want young people to know. So know about our authority, know about what area that I was dealing with Galamsey already, so I know. And thankfully, in my sector now, Galamsey has not become an issue, and we pray that it will never become an issue when we engage in a lot of education and extensions as we are doing. And more importantly, considering the stringent measures His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is bringing in to address Galamsey. So I pray that it doesn't get there.
And climate change?
Climate change,
how is TCDA supporting?
Yes, climate change is key. All this production we want to increase. We want to take advantage of taking money from the carbon credit fund. So if you take, recently I was part of a meeting, Talo is engaging to get carbon